Hello, fictional. Welcome to the Fiction Series X. Today we are gonna see, what if ISSEI got harem with Rias, Asia and Akeno. If you end up liking this video, please consider subscribe, so without further ado, let's get into the video. It has been 10 years since I last set foot in this town, man the time sure does fly. In the outskirts of Kuo town, a young handsome man with brown hair and a black and red outfit overlooks the town, looking at it in fond memorization and excitement. So, this is where all the devils are at, huh? From what I can tell there are at least 2 devil peerages from what I can sense, partner. I guess the info we got was legit, but still only 2 won't a problem for us, is it? Be careful, partner, there is no telling the sort of powers they have. Right, only attack if attacked, got it? As the young man talked to closest ally he had for the last 10 years, he starts to walk into the town to find her and set up shop. He only has a single thing to say. Time to start this party. Downtown Kuo really has changed. I don't remember this many love hotels, but I guess maybe I just never noticed them. As the young man walks throughout the town, he makes it to where he needs to be, an old brownstone 3-story building with a small frame covering the front by a meter. Ah, this is the address. Happy I finally found the place, I guess. As the young man opens the old wooden 2-door, he looks inside and finds a dusty lobby with only a desk with a chair in the middle of the lobby. Welp, it isn't pretty, but it's mine. As the young man is acknowledging that this is the storefront, a flush is heard and a man in a grey suit walks out of the bathroom. Oh, hello, I didn't hear you come in. My name is Hitsamwa Emerson. Are you the buyer? Yep, I'm ISSEI the new owner, you the realtor. Indeed, the final payment has been processed, the building's yours, and that residential is also fully paid. The keys to both are in the desk along with the deeds, so enjoy, pleasure to do business with you. As the realtor walks out the building, he notices the clothes that ISSEI is wearing, a hooded long black coat. On his hands were red fingerless gloves with metal caps on the knuckles, with a red jacket with a black shirt underneath with a silver dragon medallion, with black jeans and 3 buckled boots. I guess he really likes black and red, weird kid. As the realtor leaves the building, ISSEI overlooks his new store. Well, it's a shithole, but it's my shithole, all it needs is a dusting and a name. Hours later, current time 8:30. After cleaning the dust out, ISSEI walks to his home. The store was done, the only thing left is to put in the added accessories he had ordered for it, along with neon sign for the front. Well, all I need now is to wait. The jukebox and couch should be in tomorrow, but the sign should be in by Friday. As ISSEI thinks over his new store in the beginning stages of the night, the route he took passes an abandoned building and hears a woman scream coming from within. Ah, help, help. ISSEI turns his head and runs to the sounds of the screams. Greg, you feel anything? There is one devil presence. It is not powerful, nor does it feel familiar, must be a reincarnated one. Trap. Trap. As ISSEI deliberated with his ancient red draconic partner, he stops 3 meters from the front of the warehouse entrance. ISSEI slowly walks to the door. He hears the cries again. Help, help, I need help. I guess I'll play along. Hello, ma'am, where are you? Oh, thank goodness, yes, come in, my leg is caught and have been stuck for days. ISSEI walks into the warehouse and looks around for the source of the screams. He hears whimpering and sees a naked woman with black hair laying face down with her lower body covered by the shadows. Oh, young man, thank you for coming. Please, I've been here for days without food. I'm starving, I need you. So that's your game, huh? ISSEI walks towards the woman, feigning ignorance of what she truly is. Yes, ma'am, don't worry, I'll free you from here, then we'll get you some food. Before ISSEI was 2 meters from the black-haired woman, she starts to smile, looking at ISSEI with an unnatural expression and smile. Oh, young man, I already have food now thanks to you. ISSEI stops walking as the black-haired woman body rises on its own, with her torso being over 5 meters off the ground. As she descends up, she also moves forward. You weak-willed humans always come running to the sounds of woman screaming for help. Did you think I was going to fuck you the second I was freed? Pathetic. As the black-haired demons walks forward, ISSEI sees her true body. What stands before is no human woman. What stood before him wasn't even human. It was a demi-human creature with the upper torso of a human woman, with a body below her waist, being a horse's body with lion-like claws for feet with a serpent for a tail. ISSEI stared in shock as the amalgamation that towers over him, the demon viewing his shock as fear, brings her tirade to a close. Human men are so feeble and weak, all you are good for is meat and screams. The demon begins to rub her breasts in sick pleasure. Oh, I can feel the excitement just building. The demon's face contorts into an impossibly wide smile with more teeth than a shark, with her eyes sharpening into slits with blacker eyes as with golden pupils. Oh, your blood will be sweetest aphrodisiac for a devil. The demon lunges at ISSEI with every intent to bite his head off. Stupid humans. Ha 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 ha. But before she could close her jaw, her mouth was caught. Ah. Hey lady, next time you invite a guy over, I only have 2 words of advice, mouth and wash. ISSEI holds the demon's upper and lower jaws in his hands. Had FTH hell fare you? Before the demon could finish her sentence, let go and uppercutted the demon, busting her teeth and blooding her mouth. AHHH, you little bastard, ill. The centaur demon stops mid-sentence when she notices ISSEI is gone from where he was standing. What the? Where the hell are you? You know, for a host you aren't really hospitable, you know. The demon whips her head around and sees ISSEI sitting on her back waving at her. Get off. The serpent tail of the demon hisses and lunges at ISSEI. Before the serpent was a foot away from biting ISSEI, he pushed the serpent head down to bite into the demon woman back, causing her to roar in absolute pain. Ah. As the demon roars in pain, ISSEI continues to sit on her back in joking defiance of centaur lion demon woman, making light of both her and the situation. Lady, I don't think you could get any guy off. The tone and the joke do not go over well with the demon woman. You little bastard, I'll pick my teeth with your bones. The demon summons 2 spears from her hands via magic circles. I'll skewer you. The demon attacks with her spears, attempting to stab ISSEI with it, but before he was made into ISSEI on a stick, he moved at such speeds her eyes couldn't believe, but the spear doesn't stop, almost like it was pushed by some other force, causes her to stab her own tail, severing it from her body. Ah, phew. The demon, screaming in pure pain and anger, unknowingly drops her spears, trying to stop the bleeding from what was once her tail. What the hell is this brat? As the demon roars in anger over both the humiliation and pain that was brought onto her by what she thought was easy prey, she hears the voice of the human she was fighting. My name is ISSEI. The demon turns towards ISSEI holding her spears. And I'm a demon hunter. Before the demon could respond, ISSEI throws one of her own spears with such force it tears through her stomach like a bullet though paper. She then falls to her knees from the unimaginable pain and blood loss. The demon hunter, impossible, this power too much for a human. Without a word, ISSEI throws her last spear through her neck, severing her head from her neck. As the head falls to the ground, it rolls towards ISSEI. He only holds up foot slightly to stop it as the body completely collapses to the ground. Welp, it wasn't the worst date I have ever been on. ISSEI kicks the head toward the body with only one thing on his mind. Why do I never meet any nice girls? Your girl trouble aside, I'm proud of you, partner, you didn't need a single boost from your gear. This demon wasn't worth the trouble, got to maintain a low profile from the devil peerages until I can find that girl. You know, partner, since we entered this town I felt another presence besides the devils. From the auras there must be sect of fallen angels. Ah, so maybe the crows took the girl. Makes sense from the info I got. The girl helped a devil and was excommunicated due to it, and the crows took advantage of the situation. I heard the king crow has a hard-on for sacred gears. Possibly. Yeah, still I will find the truth even I have to crack the skulls of the crows. I don't see the logic in that girl being kicked out that fast, or how a devil entered church grounds with only a single wound with no fatalities reported. That is strange, I admit, partner. Agreed, something doesn't feel right about this whole situation. As ISSEI converses with the red dragon, he pulls a flask from within his coat and pours the contents on the demon's body. ISSEI then pulls out a match from coat on the other side. He lights the match and throws it on the liquid, causing it to burn the demon's body in a white fire, destroying any trace of the monstrosity that he just killed. Fallen angels, huh? I guess this party is only just starting. As ISSEI turns to walk out of the building, he didn't realize that throughout his fight with the stray devil, a small bat creature watches from the ceiling of the building, reporting back to her master, who along with her servants, watched in stunned silence. Rias. My name is ISSEI, and I'm a demon hunter. As a beautiful crimson hair woman and her peerage watched in bated breath throughout a viewing spell from the eyes of the bat creature, she witnesses the young man who identified as ISSEI skewers the stray devil visor with her own weapon. What strength to lift, let alone throw Visor's own weapon at such speeds. Whatever ISSEI is, he isn't human. As Rias watches the fight being won, her queen decides to be the first to speak. Rias, do you know this man? Who is he? I have no idea, Akeno. He isn't a devil, I know that for a fact, but beyond that I have no idea. Welp, it wasn't the worst date I have ever been on. Is he making jokes about this? Why do I never meet any nice girls? Yeah, he's making jokes. Rias couldn't help but deadpan at the dark humor ISSEI used to make light of the situation, but does find it slightly funny. If Yufu, he seems spirited. He seems like a perv. The queen and Rook both comment on ISSEI's very devil-may-care attitude. Nevertheless, Kaneko, Kiba, what are your thoughts? Rias addresses her Rook and Knight. He seems quite strong, but the speed he moved onto her back was impressive, I barely registered it. The honorable golden-haired pretty boy Knight replies. Perverseness aside, he is strong. The amount of force to break the teeth of a devil-like visor is not something a normal human can do, but I don't think he used Kai or any spirit art to power his punch. The cute white-haired golden-eyed Rook continues. Yes, he didn't use a scare gear, Kai or any form of magic I could see, he used his bare hands to take down and fight a devil on equal grounds. No, it wasn't equal, he dominated and defeated Visor without breaking a sweat. I agree. As the peerage discusses the demon hunter, ISSEI makes a comment that shocks and surprises them all. Fallen angels, huh? I guess this party is only just starting. Rias closes her eyes in concentration to open them again when she made up her mind. Kaneko. The white-haired rook looks at her master. Tomorrow, I want you follow ISSEI at a distance, don't make contact and don't try to engage if he attacks, I want you to run. Akeno nods her head in agreement. Yes, but you. Hey Rias, did it seem like he was talking to someone? That last comment seems it was directed at someone. Akeno's right, ISSEI didn't make a communication spell or anything. Who was he talking to? I don't know, Akeno, I have no idea. Rias sits in quiet contemplation, she only looks at the image on the young man through the viewing spell. At one part she views ISSEI as an unknown threat, but on the other. He might make a good servant. Not even a day in town already I find a demon causing mayhem, I can't tell if I have great or bad luck. I guess it depends on how you look at it, partner. ISSEI couldn't help commenting on the events of this Tuesday night as he walked to his home. The events of this night would send any normal human in a spiral of fear and disillusionment at the presence of a demon, but for the young man it was just another day of his life. Going to be honest, I would rather find beautiful girls or expensive motorcycles over ugly centaur demons. I don't think my power will bring a motorcycle, whatever that is, but women are a different story. All my past possessors had harems of the opposite sex flock to them. Heh, if I was younger or if that night never happened, that would be the only thing I would focus on. Not that I don't like the idea, but I got to make sure this town is safe when I get my shop up and running. You don't plan of making enemies of the devils and their servants, do you? ISSEI shakes his head side to side. Not a chance, kicking a hornet's nest when isn't necessary is something I'm not stupid enough to do. Well, you have a survival instinct, that's least good. As ISSEI and Drake bicker back and forth, ISSEI finally reaches his destination. ISSEI realizes he made it to where he needed to be, and he sigh. ISSEI looks at the home and he feels empty. I'm home. This is the house that ISSEI had bought, but he hadn't called it home for 10 years. Partner. Drake, feeling the extreme emotions that his partner is currently going through, the red dragon worries for his partner's well-being. I'm fine, Drake, don't worry. Despite the warm words, the tone in ISSEI's voice starts to break. As ISSEI walks on the path that leads to the two-story house, certain memories start to come flooding back. ISSEI, dear, didn't I tell you to get ready? That's right, son, remember we're going to go see your grandma. Haha, sorry mom and dad. As the memory of that day replays in his mind, ISSEI breaks down as soon as he opened the door. Inhale. Sorry. Sob. Mom and dad. The pain of that day that happened 10 years ago still feels fresh in ISSEI's mind, as if it just happened today. The only thing ISSEI does is cry his heart out on the floor by the doorframe after his legs gave out until he can't shed a single tear more. Wednesday morning, 9 a.m. ISSEI spent the night in the house crying his eyes out due to what happened that night. He failed to notice all that had furniture and items had been already sorted and arranged in the house. It doesn't look exactly like how it used to be, but it looks nice. The interior of the house was a basic, standard furniture, the living room with a couch and television. The living room connects to the kitchen due to an open floor design. A small staircase leads to the second story, but the only rooms upstairs are ISSEI's room, 2 guest rooms and the bathroom, while the first floor has only the master bedroom. Well, no use burning daylight, I need to find that nun Asia Argento soon. ISSEI turns to move out of the house, but before he is even a foot from the door, he sees in the corner of his eye, the master bedroom door is open from when he was in there last night. With a determined expression on his face, ISSEI says only one thing before he leaves. I won't fail this time. I will save her. As ISSEI runs out the door, the breeze from the open door blows throughout the house. The breeze opens the master bedroom door more, and inside the room, the sole item was visible. The only piece of furniture in there was a funeral shrine that housed 2 photos of a man and a woman, with a family photo that shows them with a young boy that looks exactly like ISSEI. At 8:12:30 p.m. So, there are at least 3 crows in town, but I don't know how many servants they have. It might be an actual problem. As ISSEI walks through the park, after he staked out the church, ISSEI could feel the presence of 3 fallen angels. Why would the crows set up shop in devil territory? Are they staging a coup against them, or is it the beginning of an attack? ISSEI shakes his head left to right to clear his mind. Don't know, don't care, if the crows plan to use that nun or plan to harm innocent people, it'll pluck their feathers, no wait, it'll wring their necks like chickens, no damn it, that sucks too, ah no, maybe it'll deep fry them, oh fuck it. I can't think of anything clever. As ISSEI contemplates a one-liner, he hears his work phone go off. Ring, ring, ring. ISSEI answers it with as much enthusiasm as he can muster right now. Talk. But admittedly isn't very much. Hello to you too, Crimson. Oh, hey Burmka, anything new? Got some news on that nun, she boarded a train headed to Kuo, she'll be in town tomorrow. That's good, Kuo town is not how I remember it, too many crows have migrated here amid the two families of bats. The news shocks ISSEI's info broker. Do devil's fam shit will you be, okay? ISSEI with his usual swagger could only reply with. Huh, are you kidding me? Right, stupid question, take care of yourself kid, everyone at the city's temple is worried about you. Tell them not to worry, I didn't spend a decade to be promoted tonight for nothing. Yeah, whatever you say night boy, I'll call you again if anything new comes up, be sure to clip those crows' wings. Click. After the line had been disconnected, ISSEI became royally pissed. Shit, that was perfect, why didn't I think of it? ISSEI didn't have time to dwell on the obviously better one-liner because a cutesy voice interrupted his thoughts. Ah, excuse me. ISSEI turns around and his eyes land on one of the most beautiful women anyone has seen. She had long black hair that reached down her back, wearing a pink blouse with a black skirt, but the most interesting part of this woman was her violet eyes. My name is Yuma Amano, I was hoping you could help me. Whoa. ISSEI couldn't help marveling at the girl, she was beautiful, she had this gentle look to herself that brought feelings of kindness and warmth that men would want to hold, protect and treasure for their entire life. The only problem was. Partner, she is a fallen angel, I know. It was a complete lie. The hidden fallen angel before ISSEI came to him not as enemy combatant, but she came in a cloud of deception that every normal human man would truly fall for, but ISSEI wasn't a normal human. What do you need help with, little lady? Yuma smiles sweetly at ISSEI's comment. Yufifif, I heard you say you're from this town, I just arrived here last week and I'm unfamiliar with the town's layout, I was hoping you could show me around. Really? ISSEI couldn't help but find the absurdity of her plan to be far beyond the scope of stupid, but he decided to go along with it. Are you sure you want my help, don't you have anyone you know in town? Yuma shakes her head side to side. No, I don't know anyone here, but I've seen you before, you came out of that old store that's by my grandma's restaurant. Nice, real original. Oh, you're a neighbor, I don't think I've seen a restaurant near my shop. Yeah, it's a small ramen house, there's not a lot of markings or decorations to show it's open, so it's kind of hidden. It's still stupid, but at least now it's more believable. Ramen shop I'll need to check it out, but that's for later, if you're fine I'll show the spots around town, my name is ISSEI Haidu. Yuma quickly nods her head in agreement. Yes, thank you ISSEI-kun. No problem Yuma-chan, for starter how about we go to. As ISSEI was telling Yuma about the wonders of Kuo town, from the aquarium, stores, arcades, and sights to see, a young white-haired girl was watching him from afar behind a tree, immediately noticing the truth of Yuma. The amount of interesting date activities excites Yuma, given the high and happy tone of her voice. Wow, ISSEI-kun, this town sounds awesome, I really want to get some new clothes for the weekends. Clothes shopping it is, then I think there is a shop down the road that way. Yay, let's go ISSEI-kun. Yuma grabs ISSEI by the arm and leads him to the direction he just pointed in. As the young couple heads into town, the white-haired girl watches in interest of the development, knowing that she needs to report this to her master. Late afternoon, 6:30. ISSEI is spent both in the sense that he is tired and spent more money he was comfortable with due to the fact he just spent his food budget for the next 2 weeks. I royally wish that there was a less expensive means of gaining the trust of the fallen angel girl, because if I don't return these clothes within the month, I'm going to be eating cup ramen for the next 2 weeks. The hidden fallen angel girl had spent about 76,969. 75 yen $550, with royally did not sit well with the tight budget demon hunter. ISSEI-kun, what do you think we should go next, the arcade or get food? Oh, we definitely have to try the takoyaki stand down the road. Yuma tries to pull ISSEI along who is holding a very large number of shopping bags towards the stand. Hey Yuma-chan, I just need a minute, here takes this, and get me a chocolate and get whatever you want. ISSEI hands Yuma a 1,000 yen bill, Yuma cutely pouts. Humph. Fine Mr. Lazybones. Though she tries to come off as mad, the tone of her voice is very cute. She is trying way too hard to be cute, it's almost hilarious if it wasn't suspicious. ISSEI did not have long to internally comment on the performance of the fallen angel, due to a light tap on his shoulder. ISSEI turns around and his eyes meets a beautiful brown-haired woman in a red dress with a white skirt. The most interesting design of her clothes was the black shoulder wings and the back had bat wings that matched the woman's hair. Oh, hello, did you need something, ma'am? The woman says nothing and only hands ISSEI a brown filer with black symbols and writing. ISSEI looks down at the flyer, not recognizing the symbol, but knowing the purpose of the flyer. The devil flyer, I don't recognize the symbol, but I know it's one the 72 families, definitely one the peerages in town. Hey who? Before ISSEI could get clarification, the woman was gone without a sound. Yeah. I figured that might happen. ISSEI deadpanned. Hey, ISSEI-kun. Yuma returns to ISSEI with a chocolate taiyaki pastry, with herself getting a custard-filled one. Thank you Yuma-chan, is there another place you want to go to? Yuma nods her head. Yes, there is a park nearby I want to go to on the other side of town, I want to share something with you ISSEI-kun. Okay, normally I'd be in heaven if a beautiful girl said that to me, but I got a bad feeling about all this. 9:08 p.m. Night had fallen on the town, children are being put to bed for school, teenagers are finishing homework that is due tomorrow, adults are dreading having to go into work, but on this night two youths are wandering through the Kuo Park, the young couple makes it to the center of the park, with a fountain being the heart of the park. With no other souls around, the lone park could be a place of romantic intentions, young love could bloom, long-time friends finding how much the other truly means to them, or long-time couples finally sealing their relationship in a marriage proposal. But on this night, I am unsure what might happen. ISSEI and Yuma walk through the darkened park with Yuma holding on to ISSEI's coat sleeve with her head on his shoulder, while ISSEI hold the bags from the shopping spree in his other hand. ISSEI-kun, this has been on the best dates I have ever been on, I'm glad I ran into you today. I can't tell if I'm more annoyed or pissed off right now. This was a date. Yuma's face blushes and she turns away from ISSEI, so he is facing her back. ISSEI, when I first noticed you I felt something. Yeah, I felt something too, but it wasn't good. I admit I felt something when I meet first you two Yuma-chan. ISSEI, there is something I wanted to ask you. In this very moment ISSEI's mind was abuzz, both his optimism and pessimism, where he wanted to believe that Yuma truly wanted to extend her hand in friendship, wanted to try to help him, or possibly Yuma wanted to be more, but the other side of his mind believed that this was a ploy. Would you die for me? I knew it. The other side of his mind was right. Yuma-san, I'm sorry, what did you say? Yuma turns to face ISSEI, her face is one of pure sweetness with a kind and caring smile, but the words she said are. I said, would you die for me? As the ice-cold words left her mouth, a pair of black wings burst out of Yuma's back and she flew 10 feet off the ground. It was fun, this day was like playing house with a snot-nosed brat. Her tone was one of pure cold contempt when the black-winged angel starts to smile, but gone is the one of warmth and kindness she wore mere minutes ago, her smile is like that of a heartless monster. Buzz. In her hand Yuma summons a spear of pure light in her hands that buzzes like static on a television, but far louder. I've played around with you far more than I would have liked, you thinking that I truly wanted to spend any time with you, a pathetic worm who only value is your sacred gear that God placed in you. The tone of Yuma was one of pure cold hatred. Scared gear? ISSEI's confused question sparks a sense of malicious pleasure in the fallen angel. Ha 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 ha. Oh, I guess you didn't know, oh well, not like you could make anything of yourself anyway, it'll just end you here. Yuma holds her hand forward towards ISSEI. Ha 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 ha. Your existence is a threat to us, so I'm taking you out, you have no to blame, but God for putting that gear in you, ha 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 ha. Yuma launches the spear at ISSEI. Any normal human would not be able to stop, let alone react to a fallen angel's light spear, it could shred low-level devils to ribbons and instant kill humans. Catch. But ISSEI wasn't a normal human at all. With his free hand ISSEI catches the light spear right above his stomach, as if it was a toy. Ha 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 ha. The psychotic laugh of the fallen angel goes dead in her throat, not believing what she is currently seeing. But the beepy smirk and tone, ISSEI shows his face to Yuma. Hey Crow Brains, throws as many of these light toothpicks at me you want, but leave the merchandise alone, I only have a month to return this shit. Yuma is floored seeing a human not only catching and holding her light spear in his hand like it was nothing, making insults and jokes about it. What the hell? ISSEI drops the shopping bags on the ground and grabs the spear with both hands. You know, if I was being shot at by one of the higher-ups of the Grigori, I would dodge it in a heartbeat with no second thought, but one puny light spear being shot by a baby crow like you who is probably just hatched. Snap. ISSEI breaks the light spear by bending it like a stick, still holding that same mocking tone and smirk. Is not worth the effort. Yuma's shock quickly gets replaced by pure anger. Grrrrrr. Who the hell do you think you are? She quickly summons 3 more spears and shoots all of them at once at ISSEI. My name is ISSEI and… Smash. He swipes the back of his hand as the spears nearly hit him, destroying all 3 at once. I'm a fallen angel hunter. The look of cold sadistic pleasure that Yuma had is now replaced by absolute shock and fear at what she just witnessed. The fallen hunter, no, impossible. Yuma tries to flap her wings to escape the field she secretly created to keep people away from the park's fountain. But before she could move an inch higher, Yuma's feet were grabbed. Wow, you're going to leave without saying goodnight first, kind of rude on a first date, you know. She looks down and sees ISSEI holding on to her boots. What the? Before she could finish her sentence, ISSEI pulled her down with an incredible amount of force that caused the concrete slabs of the park sidewalk. As Yuma laid on her back in a small crater in absolute pain, she is more pissed off than confused. Fuck. What the fuck are you? Yuma manages to sit up from the pain and shock of the event that just transpired. She is enraged, but ISSEI stands beside her and nonchalantly looking down on her both physically and emotionally. Okay, first you wore yellow. And second, I told you I'm a fallen angel hunter, but well, sometimes like right now, but enough of that. ISSEI bends his knees and looks the fallen angel in the eyes with the first serious look he's given her this entire fight. Now, I'm going to ask you a single question and you will answer honestly. Gulp. Yuma shallows her spit in fear of ISSEI's tone. Are you the ones who took the exiled nun Asia Argento? Yuma's eyes bulge, briefly giving away the truth. No, I don't know who that is. ISSEI shakes his head left to right while clicking his tongue. You're a bad liar. Now are you working with the devils in town? Yuma nods her head up and down. Yes. The devils have the girl, I can take you to them, their base is out of Kuo Academy. I can hear her heart racing, she is still lying, but Kuo Academy, huh? I might need to check out the place out. As ISSEI finishes his interrogation of the fallen angel, the flyer he was given earlier unknowingly falls out his pocket and lands on the ground. As soon as the flyer hit the ground, a brilliant crimson light blinds both ISSEI and Yuma. ISSEI, having to use his arm as a light guard, fails to see Yuma, with her seeing this as a golden opportunity, manages to get on her feet and fly as fast as she can away from the park and the human that took everything she threw at him. So you were the one who called me? The light died down, and ISSEI could see the woman standing there, and the first thing that came to his mind was crimson. Wow, so beautiful. The woman that now stands before ISSEI is a young blue-eyed beautiful woman with a rather curvaceous body with large breasts, a slender waist and long beautiful legs, but the part of this beautiful woman that stands out the most is her hair. It is a shade of red, more dark than strawberry blonde, it matches the crimson color of blood, it is so radiant. Nice to meet you, ISSEI-san, my name is Rias Gremory, can I call you Ice-kun? Heart 4. 5. Night 8:40 p.m. Of Rainer. The fallen angel Yuma, whose true name is Rainer, managed to make it back to her quarters in Kuo Town, an abandoned church that houses her fallen angel comrades and their servants. Rainer is trying to piece together all that just happened in the past hours. The human she thought was an untrained brat was really a fallen angel hunter. She was so embarrassed by her loss, she could try to contact her Lord Azazel. He would remove her from town, and her plans would be in ruin. She keeps thinking back about ISSEI and how he fought her without using his gear. It wasn't possible for a mere human, regardless of their training, to be that powerful against a fallen angel. She heads to her door to leave to tell her friends about what ISSEI truly is and discuss what they plan to do next. No, ISSEI is onto them about the nun Asia Argento. But before she leaves, a single sentence ISSEI said is clawing at her mind due to the strangeness of the comment. Okay, first you wore yellow. And second, I told you I'm a fallen angel hunter, but well, sometimes like right now, but enough of that. You wore yellow. Rainer looks at a mirror in her room, floored by the comment, since the date outfit she still has on is a purple dress with a black skirt, she didn't have anything yellow on her. Rainer continues to question this until she figures it out. She grabs the front of her skirt to check what is underneath it and I am going to kill that bastard. Rainer makes a declaration of war, holding up her skirt, exposing her yellow panties. So this mission has been a major clusterfuck. First I fight a man-eating exhibitionist centaur devil, then I get roped into a date with an overconfident crow that has really poor fashion sense, and now I'm summoning a devil. So you were the one who called me? The light died down, and ISSEI could see the woman standing there, and the first thing that came to his mind was crimson. Wow, so beautiful. The woman that now stands before ISSEI is a young blue-eyed beautiful woman with a rather curvaceous body with large breasts, a slender waist and long beautiful legs, but the part of this beautiful woman that stands out the most is her hair. It is a shade of red, darker than strawberry blonde, it matches the crimson color of blood, it is so radiant. Nice to meet you, ISSEI, my name is Rias Gremory, can I call you Ice? ISSEI shakes his head side to side to clear his mind. He turns to see the fallen angel had left during the summoning. Oh, come on. ISSEI rubs his head both to quell the oncoming headache and adjust after the light show. Call me whatever, but next time can you dim the lights on the summoning circle? The comment surprises and slightly embarrasses Rias since she gains a tint of red to her cheeks. Cough. Oh, I see, sorry. ISSEI throws his hand behind his head and turns his head towards the sky. It's good, but now my only lead on the crows just flew the coup. Rias looks a tinge surprised at the comment, wondering why the mysterious hunter would require information about the fallen angels, but she puts on a serious face now. This man was in her territory and didn't know who or what he is. ISSEI, I came alone because I wanted to know who you are. I know you aren't a normal human, since you battled Visor and that fallen angel woman just now. Just what are you doing in my territory? ISSEI lifts his head up and looks at the crimson-haired woman with a joking shocked expression on his face. Wait, you were stalking me? Blush. The girl's face matched her hair. I was not stalking you. BFFT, ha 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 ha. ISSEI gut laughs at how quickly this devil princess blushed at the joke. Ha 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 ha, oh man. Ha ha, oh, you got so red so fast. Rias tries to compose herself. Ahem, as I was saying, my name is Rias Gremory from the House of Gremory, and I am the devil in charge of this town. You've been causing a little chaos, so I came to see what you are. ISSEI looks blankly at her before he just smirks and shrugs. Hey, you want the long or short version of the story? Long version. Not a problem, but can you call the backup you have hiding over there and over there? As ISSEI points to the left and right of Rias, she gains a look of surprise, but it leaves as quickly as it came and simply holds up her right hand making a come on gesture. Not quite so alone were you, princess. ISSEI comments as two other women walk out of the tree lines that surround the fountain, a young girl with short white hair with golden eyes and an older looking girl with long black hair with purple eyes. Yes, this is my queen Akeno and Rook Kaneko. Sorry, I had no idea if I could. Trust me or not, it's all fine, princess, at least you are trying to be diplomatic unlike that fallen angel. Rias and her friends are shocked at ISSEI's voice, still maintaining the joking tone as before, but also how reasonable he sounds, but they are dragged from their thoughts as ISSEI continues to speak. I wanted your peerage members here to hear me clearly just so I don't need repeat anything. ISSEI's voice takes a more serious tone as he looks straight at Rias and her peerage members. My name is ISSEI Haidu, and I am a knight for the Sacred Order of the Gears. That single sentence shocks Rias and Akeno to their cores. What? But for Rias it lasts only a moment before. I've wanted to meet one of you for years. Their fangirl side comes out. What school do you belong to? Does your medallion really sense devils and magic? Is it true your order has been around for 2,000 years and that there is actual samurai from the Taika era that teaches you guys and that? Rias asks a myriad of questions to ISSEI, losing the cautious attitude and mindset she had moments ago and got very close to ISSEI's face. Blush. Which causes ISSEI's face to go red due to this very beautiful devil princess getting close enough to hug him. The involuntary action didn't go unnoticed by the queen and Rook, both surprised by it and how the president is acting right now. If you foo, Rias, you might need to calm down, you're making ISSEI nervous. The comment from her queen shocks Rias back to earth and she realizes how close she got to ISSEI. Ah. Blush. Rias backs up from ISSEI and tries to regain her composure and make the color dye in her cheeks. Do you want me to answer any of those questions you just asked, or? If it's no trouble. Okay, I'm from the school of the dragon. My dragon medallion does hum in the presence of unknown magic and unfamiliar magic beings, and yes, the order has been active for over 2,000 years, and my master is the Taika era samurai you spoke of. Sparkle. Rias becomes so happy you could see stars in her eyes. But you please. Seeing her master acting so giddy was kind of embarrassing for the young Rook. Rias' mind snaps to attention again for the third time. Cough. Sorry. ISSEI composes himself and manages to regain the serious attitude he had before the fangirling started. I wouldn't worry about it, princess, but let's get back to why you're here. Yes, let's. Rias finally managed to calm down enough to talk. I didn't move to this town to start trouble with you devils, nor did I come here to hurt any of you. I'm here on a mission. There is a sacred gear user that was connected to the church and she got into some trouble and is headed towards Kuo. I'm here to save her from whoever attempts to capture her, and thanks to getting attacked by that fallen, I now know it was them who are behind this. The news shocks and surprises Rias and her peerage. The fallen kidnapped a holy sacred gear user. That is extreme. Who is this sacred gear user? She is a nun named Asia. She was a very important holy woman. Her sacred gear heals injury regardless of severity. She was exiled days ago for healing a male devil. All three devil women eyes slightly bulge at the news. A sacred gear that could even heal devils is incredibly unusual, but one thing sticks out like a sore thumb. Who was the devil this Asia healed? Was his name ever given? ISSEI shakes his head side to side. I don't know his name, but I know the rest of the details. He had a single wound on his chest like he was attacked, but no exorcists or hunters were near the church, nor was there any signs of a fight between that devil against angels or fallen angels near that church within 10 kilometers. The full story is even more shocking to the devils. Rias trying to piece together what happened and starts to think out loud. I haven't heard of any attack on devils in the underworld by fallen angels, so either that devil was hurt and traveled thousands of meters to the church or the devil hurt himself to get Asia exiled from the church. A holy woman is untouchable to devils without starting a conflict, but an exiled nun is a different story. Rias thinks on what ISSEI just said. It is the only explanation that makes sense. ISSEI, if this is true, why would the fallen angels be involved? I have thought of that. The best explanation I can think of is that they both made a deal, but plan to backstab one another. The Crow King has a thing for sacred gears, and the one Asia possesses is rare, so the crows must plan to either steal it or steal her, and the devil must plan to kill the angels and resurrect Asia as a devil. Rias goes silent, thinks on what she was told and concludes what she needs to do. ISSEI, me and my peerage will not try to stop you, but I want you to know we can't help you in this. We hope you save this girl, but that is all we can do unless the fallen force our hand in the matter. ISSEI nods his head at her. That is all I need from you, Rias, and thank you, so if there is no other issue, I bid you good night. ISSEI turns to walk away from the group of devils and retrieve the shopping bags from his date. Actually, ISSEI, there was another thing I wish to discuss with you. ISSEI holds up a finger and speaks. You want me in your peerage? Ria's eyes widen at the sudden answer. Last time I met with a high-class devil girl, she wanted me in her peerage when she got her evil pieces when she got older, and I will tell you what I told her. ISSEI turns back to look at Rias. I can't become the servant of a devil, it goes against my orders doctrine, sorry, but I have to refuse you. Rias can't hide the look of disappointment that washed over face. I see, thank you though, Ice. No problem, see you around. ISSEI walks to the shopping bags, collects them and finally leaves the park while waving bye to the devils while still facing forward. Well, if you're going to get found out, get it out of the way first and try to keep moving forward, that's what Master Senshi always said. Your master's teachings are very direct but are admittedly very wise, partner. Just like the man himself. Rias. The young high class watches the Dragon Knight leave. She can't hide the disappointment at not gaining a strong new peerage member, but she respects ISSEI's decision and has to hope he changes his mind. But you, who was he and why did you get so giddy while he said he was some kind of knight, and what is the Sacred Order of the Gears and the School of the Dragon? Rias is ripped from her thought when Kaneko speaks aloud. If Yufu, Kaneko, didn't Lady Venelana tell you about the Sacred Order of the Gears? No, Akeno-senpai, I don't remember her saying about that. Before the queen could answer the question, Rias turns to Kaneko with stars shining in her eyes. Kaneko. The Order of Gears has long been talked about in the underworld. It's this order of humans that have existed for over 2 millennia. They are sacred gear users trained and honed to be powerful enough to fight devils, angels and fallen angels, but they mostly hunt monsters. There has even been times high-class devils have teamed up with members to deal with dangerous spirits or monsters. The eyes of the cute white hair rook widen incredibly at the level of excitement her master is showing for this order. And there are so many unknown aspects of them. There are these schools that trains them. Akita-san told me about how a member from the School of the Wolf hunted this wild Hakken-one that was killing people in Kyoto before he was reincarnated, and that. Still surprised, Kaneko looks to Akeno to see if this was normal. Nod. It was, it very much was. There are 10 schools that devils know about and the medallion they wear. Rias. The sudden shout from Akeno snapped Ria's outer fangirl mode back to normal. Blush. And it led to a very heavy blush that washed over Ria's face. Cough. Anyway, Kaneko, the Scared Order of Gears are protectors for both worlds. They have saved humans from wicked creatures and have protected innocent devils from devil hunters, but they maintain this neutrality and don't come to the aid of any faction. The young rook nods her head in understanding. Got it, but are we really going to allow him to stay here? What if he attacks us? But her master simply smiles and says to put her mind at ease. If he wanted to, he would have tried to attack me the second I appeared, and the information he shared, nothing there felt made up or false. He must trust us enough to tell us about the exiled nun. Yes, I agree with Rias, he seemed like he meant no harm towards us and seemed more interested in talking to us. Both the king and queen give their opinions on the Gears Knight and his personality. If you say Butchu and Akeno-senpai, but I wonder who the injured devil was that nun healed. That is the one question that has been eating away at Ria's mind. She can't think anyone she knows who would do something like that. It must have been a devil from house she doesn't interact with much. I don't know, Kaneko, I'll tell my brother about it, but without knowing who that devil is I don't think much could be done right now. However, the mystery of this devil will have to wait. I know that ISSEI won't put people in danger, but the fallen are another story. If they become a threat, we take them out, no questions. Yes, Rias. Yes, Butchu. Rias smiles at the dedication of her cute servants and knows that when push comes to shove, they'll push back harder. Now my cute servants, first thing we need to do is bring Udo up to speed about the fallen in ISSEI, then we make plans in case the fallen try to attack us. The queen and rook both nod their heads as Rias activates the magic circle to take them back to the club room, but before they even vanish. So, Rias and Kaneko, did either of you think ISSEI was cute too? Blush blush. It causes both Rias and Kaneko to blush. Akeno, please control yourself. Ifufu. The magic circle finally activates, sending the blushing devil back to her clubroom. And so how was this story? I hope you like it. And if you like it, share this story with your friends and like the video too. And don't forget to subscribe our channel for daily awesome fanfiction. Okay, it's time for me to go. Bye bye.